And with me right now is Brian Gruner. Brian is our Recreation and Special Events Director. And Brian, it's great to have you on today. Today we're going to talk about kind of looking back a little bit at many of the things that your department has done, and kind of look forward a little bit. And at the end, we're going to show some folks some great photos from the Easter event at the Equestrian Center.
Sounds great.
So welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So the first slide we're going to look at is going back a few months back, and these are just some of the many type of activities that you folks do.
Yeah, so looking at the events that we had in 2018, we had a lot of, we do a lot of events throughout the whole year.
Yeah.
We do about 280 of them. But just wanted to highlight some of the special events that really kind of, had a lot of participation, or people just raved about and really enjoyed it. So the Village Bazaar, which is kind of like our flea market, so to speak, where they can come in, rent a table, and sell anything that they want to sell. So that's always a great event. The Harvest Hoedown, again, that was in October of last year. We had about a little over 500 people attend that, and that's where we have some line dancing and just a real country, festive, environment. So, and then Saturday Night Dance, we kind of spruced it up with the 70s disco dance, and a lot of people really enjoyed it and had a great time, and actually went over there, and there was not one person sitting, everybody was dancing.
So very good.
It's about 300 plus people all dancing and having a great time. The Arts and Crafts Bonanza, another great event where we actually invite outside non-residents to come in, and they can purchase some of the items that are created down at Clubhouse 4. And then we wrap things up with...
They do a lot of good stuff.
They do, there's a lot of talent down there, and they do a fantastic job with a lot of their things. Veterans Day, last year was really kind of special, where we had the Lieutenant Colonel from the 1st Marine Regiment come up and actually be a part of it. So that was really nice to see, and kind of gave it a different feel of an event. So,
and then on the next slide, we're going to go over a few more that are always fun.
Yeah. So the Bruce Springsteen concert, it's something that we're trying to endeavor a little bit more, is to kind of, a lot of people in the 80s, and that was kind of like their band. And a lot of those folks are moving in now. Later generation of the baby boomers coming in. So we're trying to kind of target that market too a little bit, and
bring in a lot of those tribute bands and all.
Right, and then the Village Holiday Festival, which is a great event where we do a toy drive with the local fire station.
Yeah, that is a very good.
And so that's always a great event, and just having the grandkids come out. And we actually had a little area in the back where we had a fake snowball fight area.
That's right, yes.
So a lot of the grandparents even actually got involved with, participating, having a little snowball fight with the kids. So it was really cool. And then, of course, the volunteer luncheon is always a great event where we recognize all the volunteers, which we have over 500 of them.
Yeah, and I know it's something you have said, and just over the years, without the volunteers, I know just, our show, our Trading Post show, a lot of that stuff just wouldn't get done.
Yeah. No, so we do rely heavily on the volunteers to do some things for us, and we certainly want to appreciate that.
Yeah, and they have a lot of fun.
They do.
Yeah. Now, we're going to give an update on some of the things, the programming update and things that are coming up and talk about.
So the programming update, a couple weeks ago, actually it's almost 4 weeks ago now, we had the Health and Wellness Expo, which basically replaced the Senior Summit that we used to have with Lisa Bartlett here in May. So that kind of took that place of that event, and I think we had a great turnout. We had over 1,000 people there.
Yeah.
And we had some guest speakers, and we had some demos on the fitness equipment, also some aqua aerobics classes, demos, and people can try out. So really great event. I was really pleased with that. And then getting back to the volunteers and the clubs, club and recreation collaborative events, it's something I'm really trying to focus on as well, is to build that relationship with the clubs who do manage, somewhat our facilities, like the tennis or lawn bowling or the pickleball, so that we can work together with them, and then we're, offering programs, not only what the club provides, but we can reach out to the community and really create some, entry-level, beginner, introductory types of programs to get residents who come out and participate.
So, and again, the clubs do so much that people may not even realize that they do. And as you said, in a sense, they help run a lot of the facilities. We have the table tennis here, which is in a sense is sort of a club, or the PC and the Mac. This is all just on this floor. And the garden club and all that. It's incredible.
It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, and to have the, if we were to run it in-house and rely solely on staff, I mean, you would look at a huge expenditure in adding, additional staff. The citizenship class and the ESL program is something that we started about a year ago, almost a little less than a year, about 9 months ago, last fall. And essentially, we're working with a nonprofit retired teacher organization to teach English basically to those that it's their second language. And that's been tremendously successful. We have over 100 people registered for that. They're actually at a point now where they're looking to expand and they kind of outgrew their classrooms. So now we're looking at
That's actually good news.
It is really good news, yeah. And it's something that I think is needed here within our community. So that's very, very exciting. Upcoming events, well, the Easter at the Equestrian, we just had it this Saturday. I think we're going to go into that a little bit later. The Village Games is wrapping up this week, and then Memorial Day observance is coming up. We also have the Arts Affair coming up in April at the, actually, this coming up weekend. So yeah, so a lot of activities going on.
All right. Now, I wanted to ask you on the Memorial Day.
Yes.
Are you guys working with the city? Are they still doing the 5K run or?
Yeah, the 5K run is still happening.
Whatever it is.
Yeah, so that's coordinated through the city.
Right. Okay. But I know they dovetail into us.
They do.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll get more details.
Yeah.
When that comes up. I didn't see it on your list here, and I was wondering if that's still.
Well, it's not something that we actually coordinate. I mean, we basically just allow them the entry, and then they kind of run through here and they run back out, but it's not an event that we actually coordinate.
Right, right. But we tell people kind of what's closed that day, the gates and all. Facility improvements, this is always something.
Yeah, so I mean, that's one thing. Obviously, in the last few years, we've really kind of focused on improving our facilities and also taking assessments. So Clubhouse 1, we did a study with a architectural company and firm to kind of evaluate the building structures. So that's about, it's pretty much complete. So now we're just waiting for the review on that.
Right. Yeah, and that, I know that's, again, something that's been talked about for quite a long time.
Yeah. Yep, and then I don't know if you're familiar, but the drop-in lounge TV was definitely a hot topic issue. So we put it back in place. However, it's kind of restricted programming. So it's back in the drop-in lounge. The program is actually TV6. So
yes, that's what I hear.
You'll be everywhere.
I'll be everywhere.
At least down there.
Yeah, at least down there. Now, Clubhouse 5. One thing I wanted to ask about this, because I haven't heard the status, and maybe it's complete, the AC system. Was that done, for a while at Clubhouse 5?
At Clubhouse 5?
Yeah.
We're still...
It had like a temporary...
Yeah, we're still working on that.
Okay.
There's still some minor issues with it. But it has been installed, but we're still kind of fine-tuning it.
Okay, all right, that's what I thought. And then, you're also doing some plastering work and new tile.
Yeah, so Pool 5 opened up a few weeks ago, so they basically replastered the whole pool. They replaced some of the tile. A lot of the tiles were falling off and things like that in the spa in particular. So we power washed the actual pool deck. And then now we're looking to purchase some new, pool furniture. So,
oh, nice.
Yeah, so that's going to be coming up in the next couple of months and should be ready for summer.
Okay.
So
IKEA.
IKEA has pool furniture.
They have pool furniture.
I'll have to check that out.
And then the Performing Arts Center, and this is something that's been being looked at for improvements for, again, quite a while.
Yeah, so now we're just wrapping up. We're basically 90% done with the design engineering aspect of it, so which basically means that once that is complete, then we can go ahead and go out to bid. Yeah. And the contractors can, evaluate it, and they have a full design engineer, specs available to them, and so hopefully, hopefully we'll get to that project soon. So it's just a matter of going through the process.
And when more details come out, we'll get you back and go over that. In the facility improvements, of course, the pickleball was.
Yeah, so pickleball, I think most people probably know that that's open now. But we're looking to actually expand programming there, what I kind of mentioned earlier. So we're looking to offer some beginner clinics,
great.
Pickleball clinics, also some tennis clinics, and really get people, signed up and just come on out and just try it, and we have this brand new facility and we want to make the most of it. So we're looking to add some lesson programming in there.
Yeah,
in addition to
really good.
Possibly down the line where we can actually have some competitive match play against other organizations within our surrounding area, like Laguna Niguel, for example, or Tustin.
That would be fun.
Yeah, so there's a lot of potential that we're looking at.
And the garden centers, a lot of that had been worked on maybe several years ago, I think even before you got here, or right around that time. And there's a lot of work that needed to be done, but they look so much better now, and there's still a lot more improvements you're doing.
No, that's one of the areas I've really been kind of focused on the last 6 months. We still have some capital money available to do some additional projects over there, so we're looking to do that. One in particular is like a common gathering area over at Garden Center 1, where residents or gardeners can come together and they can socialize, and we can have some lectures down there and really make it a nice, fun little place. So that's actually out to bid right now. And then in addition to that, we're just looking at some weed abatement. Right now, the weeds is a really big issue with all the rain that we had, and the weeds are almost up to here. So
yes,
but
does your staff want to come to my house and take care of my weeds?
Well, we contracted that out,
okay.
So you're going to have to contact the contractor, and they'd be happy to, as long as you're paying.
Yeah, we're all going through that right now, but
But just real quick, I do want to mention that garden centers look phenomenal. I mean, they look so much better than when I came here 3 years ago, and we still have some work to do, but it's getting there.
And I think that the idea of maybe getting some lectures in, you can work with some of the local nurseries and things like that. That's fantastic.
Yeah, so
gardeners always want to soak up that information.
Right. It'd be very beneficial.
See, there was a pun there. Soak up the information.
Soak up the information. I got it.
All right. Let's talk about. I think we talked about the facility. I think that was an extra slide.
That was an extra little side.
Operational highlights and Saddleback emeritus, of course. That's been a big part of this community.
Yeah, it has been, and. I just want to mention that over the last year or so, the director of emeritus and we've been meeting on a regular basis and really kind of solidifying our relationship, our working relationship. Hence, that's how we came up with the survey, to get a better understanding what our community really needs.
Right.
And we had about 2,000 people respond to that survey, which is fabulous.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So now we're in the process of basically getting that information and just kind of going through it and seeing what our residents want. So
that's very good. Now this one, California Parks and Recreation Service. You're going to have their coming in here, or helping out with things. And
so California Parks and Recreation. It's actually not service. It's a California Parks and Recreation Society.
Oh, society. Okay.
Yeah, but they're a very big professional organization, nonprofit here in California.
Okay.
Also nationally, there's the National Recreation Association. So they're very great in providing training, networking, team building.
Right.
So we've been going through regular training sessions that is offered through CPRS.
Okay.
And actually, one of my biggest goals at the end of the year, not at the end of the year, kind of the middle of the year, they have what's called the installment banquet. And that's where basically all the different local agencies, they get together, they're recreation professionals, and they elect the new president for the next year. And we're actually able to host that here over at Clubhouse 2, which was great because it just gives us really good exposure in introducing our community to city agencies all within Orange County. So
that was really good.
It was really great. And Beth Perek was there, and she did a great presentation, just kind of welcoming everybody and talked about our community a little bit. So.
Fantastic. Now, we are some of the operational highlights, and of course the quarterly club presidents and meeting. These are always really important for the clubs.
Well, and really what we're focusing on here is not having everybody come together in a big group like we used to. It's more specified towards the clubhouse that they're actually at.
Okay.
So for example, at golf, Tom McRae, the golf manager, will meet with the tennis president, the lawn bowling president, and the pickleball president, and they all meet together at the same time and just kind of go over needs and expectations and service levels and things like that, and how we can improve and making their
that's very good.
Their club a better place. We really want to focus on making sure they understand that this is for our community and it belongs to everybody that lives here. So just creating a good partnership.
Now the online ActiveNet.
Yeah, so online ActiveNet. So basically, ActiveNet is our reservation system. So anytime somebody comes downstairs to do book a reservation, they would have to work through one of our staff members down there. So this will actually allow the resident, to be at home, go online, and they can already see what's available. In terms of rooms and things like that, and then that way they can come in with the dates and times, and they can just.
That'll really save time.
Yeah, it's going to really speed things up for us downstairs. Sometimes we have reservations. That would take 2 hours to complete. Okay. So that's just a lot of time.
Is this up and running right now?
It is up and running right now. Okay. We're going to promote it out to the community.
That's really good.
Through the marketing department. And I think it'll be very, very beneficial. Eventually, we're going to get to the point where people can just do everything online.
Right.
You know, where they can book the room, they can fill out the registration paperwork and all that kind of stuff, and then basically we'll just approve it.
Yeah.
So that's the future of where we're going.
Okay. And then you instituted staff tests, check-off lists at all facilities.
Yeah, and that's something that's kind of been brought up numerous times. You know, we have the standard operating procedures.
Right.
So out of that, we incorporated a check-off list, so to speak, that every staff member is supposed to be doing on a regular basis throughout their shift, whether it's, you know, picking up trash, walking the perimeter of the facility, or putting chairs back and things like that. So
okay.
Yeah. So
that's great.
Yeah.
You know, that's why they kind of keep on track
Right.
and what they need to do.
Yeah.
And we're going to finish up here just showing some
Easter
photos
highlights.
from Easter. And
Yes.
this was, of course, at the Equestrian Center. This is a huge event every single year.
Yeah.
You look at all the kids there,
Right.
and just have a great time.
No, they had a wonderful time. We kind of changed things up a little bit. We actually didn't have the horse parade, which we felt like wasn't quite part of an event like this. But so we had, you know, games. We had a bounce house. We have the Easter Bunny, of course. We had free pony rides. We had a little petting zoo area. So
look at this.
Yeah, no. So it was a very nice event. You know, Kristen, our equestrian supervisor down there, she hasn't even been here a whole year, so she's kind of taken this on by herself, and she did a great job. Just
I mean, it's a fun event. It really is. I want to thank Mark Wavinovich for giving these photos. He, of course, does a lot of photos for your recreation events, and he's a great photographer.
Yeah,
so
he sure is.
So thank you to him. Thank you to you for coming up. We appreciate it. All right, and when that whole ActiveNet gets online and gets going, and I know it's partly online, but where people can do it totally online, we'll definitely.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, that's going to be a big deal.
Do a step-by-step how to do that.
Yep.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
All right, Brian, take care.
Thanks, Ken.
We'll be right back.